it's Nina. Thanks for joining us today for the reveal of our Whimsy Stamps STAMPtember collaboration set exclusively available at Simon Says Stamp. Today I'm going to show you how I made this adorable card that features two of the Boston Terriers that are included in the stamp set. This stamp set is called Pawsitively Awesome and features some really cute pups, hearts, paw prints, and other fun pieces that you can add to your card. I'm going to be using 2 of the dogs and 3 of the hearts for my project. I'm going to be stamping them onto some Hammermill cardstock with Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink because I do plan on Copic coloring these images, and this ink is perfect for that. I also stamped the love heart, but we're going to alter that image as we go along here, and I'll show you what we did. So I'm going to color the images with some Copic markers. You can use any medium you prefer. I kept the coloring super simple because the dogs are already black, and they just need a little bit of shading around the lighter areas of their body and also their fun accents. So this dog here has some cute heart glasses, which I colored red, and then I also colored his bandana green. The other dog features a collar, and I used some blue Copics to color that one in. To keep the colors cohesive throughout this project, I'm going to be using colors from this particular set of images as the inspiration for the rest of my project. I colored all the hearts the same red as the sunglasses. I'll color the largest heart off camera, and we're going to cut the images out so that we can use them on our card. This set does have coordinating dies. I don't have them, so I'm going to use my fine tip scissors to fussy cut them out, and that way I'll be able to pop these elements up off of my card. For my card, I'm going to create a brick wall that the dogs can sit on top of, and it makes them look like they're peeking up over top of it. This is a Holtz stencil, and I'm using 3 shades of Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated inks to color in that stencil. I have it taped down with our very, very low tack tape, and I'm using a small blending brush to add different colors of those 3 inks through the stencil, and I'm kind of making it a little bit more varied so that way all the bricks aren't colored exactly the same, so that gives a bit of variation. Before I take the stencil off, I'm going to take some CRYPT grit paste from Holtz and apply that through the stencil right over top of the ink blending. This paste dries somewhat transparent, so you're going to see the different varying shades of gray through the dried paste once this is completely dried. I'll remove my stencil from my paper and then go wash it so that way the paste doesn't dry on it. We're going to set the paper aside to dry, and once it is, you can see we get this really cool brick wall effect. I've taped up the brick walls just so that way I don't get any ink on it, and I'm going to use some Simon Says Stamp Cheeky ink to create a little bit of a color behind the brick wall. I'm making a ledge from some cardstock, and I'm putting some foam tape on the back side. These are Simon Says Stamp 3D foam squares. This will raise this up off of the card so that way we have a bit of dimension going on here, and it feels like it is a true ledge on top of this brick wall. The dogs are going to be peeking over top of that ledge, and I really love the one that has his paws holding on. It looks really cute. I'll position these where I want them before pressing them down fully. I'm using 3D foam squares to attach them as well, and I wanted to show you the difference between the thin 3D foam squares and the regular 3D foam squares from Simon Says Stamp. The thin ones are half the dimension of the regular 3D foam squares, and that allows you to get some varying levels of dimension. So I used the thin 3D foam squares to adhere the 2 smaller hearts to my project, so they look like they're recessed in the back. Because I didn't want to make a love-themed card, I'm going to alter that love heart for this project. I'm stamping the Sending Positive Vibes stamp onto some lipstick red cardstock, which closely matched my colors that I used for coloring in that heart. I'll use white embossing powder and my heat tool to set that so that way I have a nice bright white greeting that I can fussy cut out with my fine tip scissors and then layer on top of that word love. So now the heart is going to read Sending Positive Vibes instead, which is more the style that I wanted to create for this card. And any of the other sentiments in this set would be able to be layered over top of that love one. So if you don't want the love greeting, you could totally swap it out. There is a pair of paw prints in the stamp set, but I only wanted to use one of them so that I could stamp a single paw print randomly across this card. So I cut the stamp apart so that I had only one paw print, and I'm using that same cheeky ink that I used in the background to stamp this for a tone-on-tone effect. If you used a different color other than cheeky, you could totally swap the colors around and give this card a completely different look. Now I wanted this card to be super fun, so I put googly eyes on the dog. I think that is so funny. And then I'm going to use some embossing ink. This is an embossing dauber from Tim Holtz. I'm just going to smush some of that onto my craft mat and then use a paintbrush to apply it onto the sunglasses of the dog on the left. Now I can take some clear embossing glitter. Any type of clear embossing glitter would work for this. I happen to be using a holographic one, and it's going to give these glasses a super groovy look. So now that I have this cool embossing powder over top of the glasses, it really transforms them and makes this whole card feel really fun. So that's the card I made with these Whimsy Stamps Pawsitively Awesome exclusive Stamptember collaboration set for Stamptember 2022. Don't forget, this is a limited edition set, so if you really like this set and you want to grab it, be sure to get it while supplies last. You can find it over at our Simon Says Stamps store, and I have links to everything down below in the video description if you're interested in any of the products that I used today to make this card. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again soon with more to share.
I'm Heidi, Simon's mama and founder at simonsaysstamp.com. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you just saw, be sure to press the thumbs up and subscribe to see more great content.